Okay, Coach. Big win over Midwestern State at home. Really controlled the game from start to finish. Had a little bit of an atypical day. Like most of your yards came through the air, you know. But I know that's because Midwestern State really challenged y'all up front. Just give me overall thoughts on the 27-12 win.
Well, it was a great win, all around. I thought defensively, we played great football all day, and minus the last drive, we gave up a big run with some backups in, and that got in their last touchdown. But just really proud of it. I thought special teams we were great. We blocked a punt for a touchdown. I thought that Cade Fuller punted the ball very well. He really did, and we protected it hard. It's when you run a shield punt like we do on things, teams decide whether they're going to come after that or not. And when they do come after it, you better have a good shield. And our guys up front did a great job of blocking people and in the shield and taking care of business there. But Cade just punted the ball fantastically, all day. And he's done that all year for us. He's been really good. So those two phases were great. You talked a little bit about offensively what we did, throwing the ball for whatever it was, 360 or whatever that number was. That was kind of out of necessity a little bit when they have, 7, 8, 9 in the box. They were going to stop the run. They saw what happened, the week before, our success on the ground against WT. And so they came in with a game plan and executed their game plan to stop the run a little bit. But at the same time, I thought we did a good job having enough run game to cause some problems, but put the ball in Gerald's hands a little bit, minus the one throw. He threw an interception that obviously wasn't a good throw, but I thought he played really good football all day as well, and our receivers and O-line blocking, pass protection did a great job. So really happy with the win. That's the thing. We talk about Angelo State football and offensively what we're going to do. Being able to do both, run and throw the ball, allows you to be successful on most given Saturdays, because you can do both if they're trying to take one away. It's hard as a defensive team, and being a former defensive coordinator as long as I was, to take two things away, that's tough to do. You can really make them focus on one and take one away, but if they're good at both, that's a challenge.
And Coach, that was actually going to be my next point there. Just highlighting the way Gerald Gardner played. Like you said, minus that one throw, he's very accurate all night, and he really made Midwestern pay when they decided to stack the box like that. Moving forward, how critical is that to the Rams' success to be able to say, okay, well, if you're going to line up and just stop what we like to do the most, we'll just beat you over the top instead.
Yeah, that's the key to us, and again, you go back and look at the receivers the week before. I kind of harped on them a little bit against WT. We dropped a few passes that, quite frankly, were touchdown passes, last week. And we challenged them this week in practice, and they really came out and executed. Getting Zorn back this week was something that was important too. He's kind of the leader of that group by far in the receiver, just the vocal guy and the energy guy in that group. But getting him back helped out a ton. And Gerald's just he has he's so calm, back there, again, minus the one throw, he had an interception, but he's so calm and does a good job of going through his reads. And I think that starts with the comfort that he has in our offensive line. If you take a look at what we've done in the passing game this year, you really go back and look at it and evaluate it throughout the conference. We're probably the best pass protection team in the conference. When you look at the teams that, are ahead of us and then beat us, a lot of them were run heavy teams. We threw the ball more than most, outside of Western New Mexico for attempts, but we're way down in sacks allowed. And I think the pass protection, Coach Atwell's done a good job of getting those guys to play, and that gives Gerald that level of comfort to go out and compete and go through his reads, and he did a great job with that. I'm really proud of Kyle as well. He did a great job this week of running great routes. We hit him vertical on several different occasions. We were backed up, I think, for the 600th time this year. We started an offensive series inside the 5-yard line. So that's sarcasm there a little bit. But, we were backed up and we took a shot to throw it to Kyle, and he made a huge play for us. So, that's just something, I think, having a guy like Gerald, but his comfort level of going through the passing reads and the passing game and the protection that we have has been beneficial to us.
Okay, Coach, last thing here from me. I know the goal is to win next week against Western Oregon, but do you think it would help y'all's, playoff future if you really gave a statement win?
Yeah, I mean, how those things go down, all wins are impressive in college football. Going out and getting those are what you got to do. And is it enough? We'll see, on that part of it. We're going to go out and play our game, though. We're not going to do anything different to, try to, do anything different than we normally do. We're gonna play our game offensively and defensively and on special teams, and hopefully that's enough to go out and get a win. And we'll see, what happens after that. And the thing I can hang my hat on with this group of guys, we played a really tough schedule. We lost 3 tight games. Right now the 3 losses we have are to number 1, 3, and 4 in the region. And all of them were winnable games. We were there. We just didn't do it. And so that's the difference. We got to find a way to take that next step. But how we win this week, if we go out and win a football game, if it's 2-0 Rams win, I'll be happy with that. With it, but we'll scheme the same way and practice the same way and do everything we can to put ourselves in a great opportunity to win the game.
I want to go back to that first half. The rhythm of the game kind of seemed like it was interrupted with the refs calling flag after flag. How does a win like that, where maybe some calls don't go y'all's way, do for this team where y'all still got the decent win heading into this final week against Western Oregon? Yeah,
it's been a challenge this year, quite frankly, and we've had a lot of calls. We're the least penalized team in the Lone Star Conference, and it just seems like every penalty we do get is just crucial. It's at the worst time you could possibly have, and a lot of times that penalty seems to happen on the visitor sidelines, and that's the kind of thing that I struggle with sometimes in that part. But our guys, we felt we were a better football team. We just did, and so we had to come through some of that, and there were correct calls too. I mean, we have penalties and that. I'm not saying that. I just feel like it's been a struggle a little bit this year with us in penalties, even though we're the least penalized team. It seems like we have way more because they've been so crucial at the timing of things. And, we've had several different touchdowns called back this year. Obviously a big play that almost was a touchdown called back this last week. A couple other things that went against us that were just tough, and that's the way it goes. Sometimes, we played, I'll put it this way, we played 4 weeks in a row where our opponent hasn't had an offensive holding call, and so our defense hasn't been held in 4 weeks. That's kind of stuff I just like. Where's the consistency? We would like to see that. And again, maybe we weren't held, but at the same time, we've been called for it several times, and I just want it to be a little more consistent on that part of it. And but that's part of the game. It really is. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sitting saying we won or lost games because of that. It's not. Just having that consistency throughout is what we're looking for.
And then Western Oregon this week, a team that y'all only played 3 times. They're kind of struggling right now towards the end of the season. What do the Rams need to do in order to keep themselves in the win column to close out the regular season? Well,
they're dangerous. I mean, if you watch them on film and wait till you see them when they show up, I mean, they are huge up front. The O-line and D-line, I mean, huge individuals up there. So, handling that and making sure we go out and execute. They bring a lot of pressure on defense. I think they're going to line up with what we've seen against teams and certain personnels. They're going to try to stop the run again with it. So taking what they give us, if they want to put 7-8 in the box again on defense and make us throw it, we're capable of doing that. So we'll kind of just see how that goes. But this week in practice, it's about us. It's about it going out and executing and going out and getting better as a football team. We have a lot of veteran leadership, but we also have a lot of young guys on this football team that are continuing to learn and get better. So we can't waste 1 week in preparation for those guys in the future as well. And then again, if we get a win and see what happens, on Selection Sunday, and if we're one of those teams, great. I would take us against any team in our region. I'd be happy to play. But if we don't make it, I can be proud of what we've accomplished and the season we've had with it, and proud of the seniors for what they've continued to build and maintain in this program. It's been nothing short of amazing with those guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
I have one question. You said it. I'd like to see one more game. Are you worried? Are you looking ahead to the other game between Central Washington and Permian Basin.
No, I mean, that game won't affect us. You know, those are two, you know, undefeated teams in conference, so that game won't affect us. That's a great game for both those programs this week and playing for the outright Lone Star Conference Championship, but that one won't affect anything with us moving forward into a playoff berth or not.
So it's up to the powers that be if you do get a berth?
Correct. You know, we got to win, obviously, you know, do that, but then it's just, you know, it just goes into committees and that kind of thing, and we'll see how it goes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet.